Okay, this is a coffin box for a client. So if you have photographs, put them back to back, not face to face. If you have name papers, again, back to back. Let's see. So the coffin box is not to terminate the lives of these people. It is to call an ending to the relationship that they're in. It's a breakup. It's a separation. It's a very, very heavy one at that. So I've called on Santa Morte for this. I've asked her for her blessing. And these workings, I need to emphasize, I do look into them, and if I feel it's within the best interest for a breakup, then I'll do it. You know, it's not every case I do take on, so it's just to let you know that. So I do some divination and stuff like that, and just to see if everything is how, you know, because some people come to me and they don't tell me the truth, and that's the truth. So I really do look into it. But anyway, I've anointed these bits and pieces with some oils, and I will anoint with let me see, a few bits and pieces just to get, I need banishing. We want to banish the guy out of this scenario. I want to make sure I get the right oil. Just 1 second. I normally have these things sitting around. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, in between the papers, I'm going to put some poppy seeds that are mixed with black mustard seeds, and that is good for confusion and discord, and some cayenne powder. That is for arguing and that sort of thing. So I have my little coffin box here. I'm going to be upgrading these coffin boxes soon, and now this is what I use. Spoiled lemons, and they have started to rot, which is just the way I want it. They're gross, but yeah, I like to use them when they've rotted, because it simply means that the relationship is starting to rot. Do you know what I mean? So I'm pushing the name papers away from each other and putting them in like so. And that's my petition, and I wrote this up to Santa Morte just prior to doing the video. Again, cayenne powder, whatever it's called, poppy seeds, black mustard seeds, alum powder. Alum powder stops people talking, and this will give us some silent treatment, which is what we want in this instance. Graveyard dirt, and the graveyard dirt is to call an ending. Separation powder. I have these things bagged to sell on Etsy, and I never got around to it. That's why they're in little bags. So maybe someday. Okay, so devil powder, and this brings a lot of discord to the two of them. Oh, come out, please. This will darken the relationship. And a little bit of banishing on top of that, again, just to seal the deal. glass. A shard of glass is always good. Smashed light bulb actually is really good. 9 nails, again, that will shard away at their relationship. And I'm just going to pop the lemon on top of that, and I am actually going to put some lemon juice, just a tiny bit, because I don't want it soaking through too much, but this will sour things even more. Just dripping some black wax over this. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to bind this up, and this will go to the cemetery because of the nature of the work. We want a permanent ending, so it will go to the cemetery. By the powers of the earth, by the force of fire, by the virtues of water, by the inspiration of air, I now invoke and conjure Saint Death. Santissima Morte, I call you forward tonight, and I ask once again, can you please, please, please take this matter into your hands and bring about the change that we need. Intercede, Santa Morte, I ask in your name. May the client have her love returned to her. May this person that is in the middle be banished. I call on you, most holy Death, because I have great faith in you. You are my mother, and I have full trust in you. Please, 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 bring about the result that we need. Please grant this petition that I am asking from you, Santa Morte. O most glorious holy Death, I know that you can help, as you've done many times for me and my clients in the past. Intercede for us, and please let us obtain the results that we need. Banish this person. And so it is done. Okay. I'm just gonna... There we go. So that is part 1 of this. And I will burn a bit black candle around this. On the 2 sides of it, I will burn a black candle, and I will work this on specific nights of the week. Obviously, I don't work love and these kind of workings on the same night, you know. That's not the kind of energy you want to mix. So Tuesday, Saturday, and I do have a specific night during the week, or 2 nights even, that I dedicate to this. So what I'll do is I'll light maybe this kind of a candle, or a bigger one, I'm not sure. And yeah, I will just light candles and give it, you know, a bit more energy. And when I'm done, I will take it to the, like I said, I have a graveyard very, very close to where I live. And actually, I have the luxury of having quite a few graveyards, and one is extremely old and it's easy to get to. And maybe sometime I can actually film it and take you there. some of the graves are so old. It's so interesting, and there's never anyone around. And I like to tend to some of those graves actually, because I just get the feeling that the spirits inside the graveyard, some of them, they need a bit of help. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes when I'm deploying work, it's crazy because when I walk into the graveyard, my mind, it's just, I've said before on the channel that it's crazy because I get like this download of, it's like, it's hard to describe. It's like people talking over the top of people. I do hear spirits, and my problem is sometimes that spirits talk in, it's in a way that I'm not accustomed to. Do you know what I mean? It can be like a riddle, or sometimes it can be, straightforward. But when I go into the cemeteries, sometimes I hear just a lot of talk, and I'm drawn to some graves, and then I'm pulled away, and I'm drawn to another grave. It's unusual, and it happens all the time. But getting back to this, if you're going to do this at home, be really careful, please. Please do a cleansing afterwards. Use Florida water, whatever it may be. Put salt in your bath water if you don't have anything. Salt is the best thing. You could use hyssop oil, sage, whatever, but salt is your friend. Any kind of salt. I like sea salt. I have a big one here. I always keep that close to my bath, and it was relatively inexpensive, and that goes into my bath water. Or if I take a shower, I'll line the base of the shower, and sometimes I'll fill a basin of shower water and put the salt in the shower water, and for my final rinse I'll just over the top of myself and air dry. What else was I going to say? Yeah, you need to make sure you do that. Like I said, if you can't find anything, salt is a really good help. And if you're going to go into a graveyard, please be careful. You really need to be careful. There is a protocol to going into a graveyard. Offerings are needed, in my opinion. I've said many times that when I walk through the gate, I give the gatekeeper 3 coins. And then when I am deploying work near a certain grave or whatever, I will pay the grave as well. And on the way out, I again pay the gatekeeper, and I will always go home a different direction. That is because I do not want an attachment. I don't want a roaming spirit to attach itself to me. So always be careful and never look back. Never look over your shoulder. Don't do that. So I just thought I'd mention that. And yeah, so that's really the first phase of this. You could use different powders, whatever you've got at home. Use whatever you have at hand. Other than that, please, like I said, please be careful, and don't call on the Santissima Muerte unless you have a relationship with her. That is my advice to you. The Santa Muerte is, I really feel you need to be devoted to her in a certain way, or you need to build up to asking for things. I did not start working with her for requests for quite a while. So do your research. I recommended in one of my videos a book that just tells you about her. I think I put it in the community section. It's and maybe I didn't. I was going to do it. I think I forgot. But I do recommend this book, Skeleton Saint, Devoted to Death by Andrew Chestnut. A really good book. So please, do your research first before you approach her, that kind of thing. It's best to be careful, even though, in my opinion, she's extremely harmless and she's easygoing, I find. Others may differ on that, but she's not to be underestimated at the same point, at the same time. She's helped me a lot in life. Her teachings have been, well, I mean, her teachings have been really, 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 really. I can't say that they've been easy, but I asked for the teachings. I asked her to teach me, and I've learned a lot over the past decade. I've changed totally, completely changed, and it's down to her and my other spiritual court, So I'm going to leave it there. It's the houseofmagic@gmail.com. Please like, share, subscribe. And yeah, I'll speak to you all very, very soon. And yeah, be blessed.